minutes today. I do think we have an alum coming too, but let me just start. I won't do a super long intro on Janice, even though she's very worthy of it, just because of our time constraints here. But just wanted to welcome you. My name is Cynthia. I'm with the learning team at Terra.do, and we're here for the open house for the Corporate Sustainability Leadership Accelerator, which starts next week. And I'm super excited to have Janice with us, who is the mastermind behind the course and also teaches it. And just to give you a sense of her background, she's led sustainability agendas for multinational companies worldwide for the past 10 years. So she's well equipped to teach the course, but it's a pretty small group today. Happy to have Janice do a quick overview, and then we can open it to Q&A, and you can have some sort of small group time with Janice.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, just a quick overview. Maybe I'll just tell you the origin story of like why I decided to create this course. I think for the past 2 years, 2 or 3 years, I can tell you there's never a week that I don't get someone DMing me on LinkedIn and saying, "Teach me your ways," and I'm like, I don't have time. And I was getting so much of it that I felt like, this is a time for me to just share my experience, and I'll just let you know the best. My analogy would be something like, it's like I'm going to Italy and you're going there for the first time. I've been there for so many times, and as a fellow traveler coming back, I wanted to tell you, avoid these restaurants, go to that restaurant. It's amazing. Don't tip this guy, but definitely tip this other guy. Like, I want to give you the tips and tricks that I learned in my over 20-year experience working in sustainability. That's one. The second is a lot of the problems that we face in the world today um, is it needs urgent solutions, and business is definitely an important stakeholder to create that change. Um, and there's an increasing number of people who are wanting to find purposeful work, and I can see that there's a lot of interest and passion in people transitioning into corporate sustainability. And I love that these people have passion. You have passion, and I just feel like it is my responsibility, having been in this field for so long, just to give you a heads up, almost like semi warn you about how challenging the work is, but also motivate you and say it is so worth the work. And we need people who are passionate, but we also need people who are passionate that have the right skills. And for a lot of you who are transitioning, it is very likely that you already have at least 50% of the skills, which I call like um, the non-technical skills, so to speak, right? Like communication, project management, whatever you're bringing to the table is definitely needed in the world of corporate sustainability. But I do see a lot of people wanting to transition, not really understanding the lingo, the language, not really understanding the transfer regulation. And that is the whole point about this 8-week accelerator, is to give you that language, kind of introduce you a bit. I'm not going to say, I'm not, in 8 weeks, you're not going to be totally fluent in the same way that if you go to Italy for 8 weeks, you're not going to be fluent in Italian. But at least you'll have an idea of like some of the language that we use, the context, how we use these tools. Like, I'm going to be teaching carbon accounting, but not just like this is how you should do accounting, but teach it within the context of this is where it's used, this is how we use it for, this is when we make decisions, we look at data, and this is what we use with the data. Kind of really give you a sneak peek of behind the scenes of what the day-to-day life of a corporate sustainability professional looks like. And then secondly, really build that community, because one thing I notice as well, if you want to succeed in the world of sustainability or any other field, it is super helpful to have connections, and just have some like-minded group people that you can connect with, you can learn from. And that's also a strength of Terra. Terra is not just about teaching like knowledge. Or in this particular course, we're going to teach you some of the skills very practically, but also connect you with people. It's really the networking side and the community side that is also very critical as you transition into the world of corporate sustainability. Now, having said that, there are people who take this course who are already in the field of sustainability and just want to, have a better idea of how can they convince their senior management leaders. And in my course, and I'm sure Cynthia's sat in a lot of my labs, and hopefully she can attest to this, is I also give you a bit of the behind the scenes, like, oh, this is what I've experienced with the board member, or this is what I've done when I was speaking to the CEO, what sort of how I've managed to influence and persuade, different key stakeholders. I'll be giving you some of that throughout the course. So that's really the origin story and the reason, I decided to create it. This is now our second go at it. So if you have any questions, this is really a freewheeling conversation. Just feel free to, ask a question and I'm happy to answer. Anyone has questions?
Yeah, and we can take them either by chat or if you're unavailable to, or live, I should say.
Yes. Any other questions?
I guess we're such a small forum. I'll go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Janice.
Hi, Ming.
Cynthia, nice to meet you guys. We have a fellow Hong Kong connection. I lived
Oh,
there for
nice.
10 years and I was quite active there in the scene. So really happy to see a face here offering this course. I've had the good fortune already to transition into a sustainability role. I'm part of a CSRD implementation team.
Oh, wow.
And it is it is an adventure.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yes.
So I guess I'm considering I've been I landed on Terra.do and I came across your course because it is my first role in sustainability in the corporate setting, and it's just been alphabet soup, completely overwhelming.
Yes.
And it's a global company, right? With data from so many different functions, etc. So I guess my burning question is already being in a role like that in that setting, is this accelerator course still like
Yes.
suitable? It sounds like it is.
Totally. It is. So for the first time we did the course, I think in the summer, a third of them were all, like you. First job, um, don't quite understand, like as they say, I chuckled when you said alphabet soup. Yeah, I'm validating what you're saying. So it was that. It was like, what? It was like for them, a lot of them, it was like drinking from a fire hose. And the whole the accelerator is so what I the course is for people both who want to transition and those who are just like a first or second role in sustainability and trying to make sense of the different puzzle pieces and the language. And so in your case, Ming, you'll see in the course anyway, when you do join us, and I hope you will, is each the assignments are meant to we encourage you to, like, if you're already working for that in your situation, you're already in that company, right? And you're supposed to choose a company um that you're going to be assessing, you're going to be accounting for, and it's all the 7 assignments build off each other. So the first assignment, you're going to do materiality assessment, a bit of stakeholder engagement, and then the second week is carbon accounting scope 1 and 2, and then week 3 is scope 3. Oh, it starts building, right? And I highly encourage the fellows to choose just one company throughout, because at the very end, you're going to bring it all together and do a pitch to if you're going to get a sustainable finance, like a sustainable finance loan. And the whole point about those assignments is for you to practice the skill in a safe way.
Mm-hmm.
So because you might feel like, oh my God, it's so stupid, I don't know anything, but better to do it now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in this safe space, so that you can practice that skill, kind of play around with it, and then in your real day-to-day job, you can then say, oh, I know what it means to do accounting. So I'll just give you another example. On the accounting side, of course, there's a lot of carbon accounting courses. But in this one particularly, I teach you the formula, not because I expect you to do it, but because I expect you to challenge your auditors.
Right.
Right? Because
Yeah.
yes, the auditor comes in, they check the data, but are you just going to rely completely on that? They're going to ask you questions like, where did this number come from? Why is it this? So the whole point is like, I'm going to show you the formula, understand how to do this, and then maybe do a couple of word problems. Literally, that's what I call them. Maybe 4 word problems, just to kind of get your head used to it. Because it's not rocket science. I'd say it's probably like high school algebra-ish, middle school algebra. um, and so just kind of oiling the wheel, so to speak, just to kind of get you used to thinking that way and getting you comfortable, so that when you go and actually practice the skill set in the real world, you not only have competence, but you'll have the confidence to do it.
Okay, sounds
Yeah, so
great.
it's not unusual. As I said, a third of our class last in the summer was very very similar situation as you.
We even had
Okay.
someone who had been in the industry for a really long time and I think was coming just to update themselves on. So, it's such an evolving space that
Oh,
I think
yes.
it makes a lot of sense to.
Literally every month there will be something new.
Oh,
Like,
yes,
now this
I
is
know,
in
I know.
scope. Oh.
Yes, yes, it's such a fast, it's a moving feast in a way. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other
Me.
questions? Who else is in the call? I can't see the chat, Cynthia, for some reason, so I don't know if I'm.
There's no questions there.
Okay.
See.
Good.
Yeah, happy to answer any other questions.
Any other questions? None?
None? We can
Ning,
wrap
did
up
you have
early.
another one? No? Okay.
Wow. Very quiet group.
Yeah.
How big are the classes usually, or the cohorts?
I think sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Cynthia, go for it.
I think we were just looking at this the other day. I think the last one was about 40, and I suspect we'll be somewhere around 25 to 30 for this next cohort.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and office hours will be with yourself, Janice, or
Yeah,
with okay.
with me. So you do live labs on a Monday, office hours is Friday, and then there's a working session, almost like a tutor session, like walking you through the assignment. And that will be with my assistant instructor, Pua, who's quite experienced in sustainability as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
and we have
definitely.
guest speaking sessions every other Tuesday.
I was gonna say there's definitely probably more content than you can actually sit through, but
Yeah,
in a
it
good
is.
way, like to really support fellows. So this is our second iteration of the course, and the working sessions are an addition just from what fellows from the past cohort said. They said it would be nice to have, a group to sit down and do the work with. So we iterate on every cohort.
Yeah.
And would there be enough space or time or an opportunity to go, like, say, if I have industry specific questions, like
Oh,
my
totally.
sector? So
Oh yeah. We did that even with the first run. We do it so in live lab, I obviously open questions, like anyone has questions. I think I probably ask questions every 15 minutes or so. Then somebody be like, I have a question on agriculture or on apparel. And then I use that as like the case study, right? Like a user case. Oh, this is what you can do. And then if that wasn't enough, then you can, and during office hours, people come in and just ask me very specific questions. But you can also do that because, as Cynthia said, we added a working session. So in the working session, we're literally are hand holding you going through the assignment. And if you have very specific questions about a very specific industry, that's also another place to do it. So you really have 3 opportunities to ask us those questions. Yeah.
okay, and the hours are always I think it was because I'm based in Switzerland now, so
Okay. Oh yeah, perfect.
okay, good.
So let me see. This is a little early because today I was super busy, but 12 Eastern is what in Switzerland?
Yeah,
6 p.m.
6
Yeah.
hours
6
ahead
p.m.
here.
Yeah.
So the office hours, working sessions, they're always
Yes, because it's just easier if we
perfect.
just have one time.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Easier for your brain to remember. Easier for me to remember. Yes. And we did this specifically because last time it was for Asia and US time zone, US evening, Asia morning. And then this one is the opposite. So it's US morning, EU evening time. EMEA evening, I mean. Because we do get people from Africa as well join.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of, I mean, I would say it's Cynthia, right? Like it's pretty much we have representation in nearly every geography you can think of.
Yeah. Any
Okay.
time zone that works.
Yes. But in this situation, definitely if you're in the EMEA time zone, this will work. If you're you want to do evenings, early evenings.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Any other questions from
Any other questions?
Jolly or Alec?
Okay.
right.
Yeah, I guess that was it.
Yeah,
You
I'll put
wanna-
my email in the chat in case anything comes up, and I can answer your questions, and if I can't, I have a line to Ed Janice, and I can ask her. So
Yes.
it's just Cynthia@terra.do. But yeah, the course starts on Monday, so hopefully we see some of you there.
Yes. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Janice.
Janice. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.